All right, this is episode 13 of the Bachelor podcast.
Welcome to the Bachelor podcast, a show about everything but nothing at the same time. Two guys that took jobs away from their families and living the Bachelor lifestyle.
Okay, for this episode, I am going to try to call White. Okay? And we are going to see if this works out because we are trying Skype. So, all right, like I said, this is episode 13 of the Bachelor podcast. We are doing it via Skype. A little testing out, see how it all works out. But how are you doing, Duane?
I'm good. It's different. This is definitely geobashing at its best because we're even away from each other right now. So
yeah, it's something. Probably a little bit of the weather that brought on and stuff like that. It's probably a little bit safer. So we were going to try to record at my house, and just stuff didn't work out. So we adapted and overcame like usual to try to put out an episode. So.
yeah, the weather here in Missouri right now is not the best. It's sleeting at our place right now, so it's that time of year.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that it is definitely that time of year. So I apologize for any audio issues. We're trying to work this out because we do have a special episode that we will not be talking about over the next week. So, I mean, I'm more stoked than you, right?
I don't think you could be more stoked because this is going to be pretty good for me. I don't know about you, but it's going to be pretty good for me.
But anyway, so we definitely got well, we're not allowed to talk about equipment because you say people don't care about equipment. But I did get a MacBook. So
well, yeah, you mentioned equipment like 3 times, and you kept saying what it was. I'm like, a
well,
majority of them
okay,
they don't give a hoot.
they don't care about the audio recording probably. But I don't know. I guess I've just watched too many YouTube videos, so I think everybody cares about audio as much as I do. So
Just got a little excited.
I do. I'm like a damn child. But either way, so what are we going to start with? Are we going to start with? How about we start a little bit over the weekend? Of course, we don't talk about work, but we had to work. Definitely some changes going on, but either way, had to work the weekend. I actually had to work Monday again, so my 410s were kind of messed up. But um, other than that, though, for the most part, everything went smoothly, I would say.
Yeah, I made the big move to my next position, and
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
and we also got in one last trip into Boattown Brewing after we recorded, right? So the last time.
Yeah, it was good.
So definitely, I mean, I don't recommend the mead wine. It's definitely not my point or my favorite. But either way, let's move on to this podcast. We're going to talk about pet peeves. And I started writing down mine, and I realized, well, I'm going to be using Skype on my phone, so I really, I really can't use it. So I'm going to go off of memory. For the most part, it's pretty much all based on my OCD, as long as or as far as I can tell. I'd like to start out with my biggest pet peeve, and it's just something that starts my day, is making the bed. People that don't make the bed are dead to me. I mean, I cannot stand people that don't make the bed. I even had my roommate overseas. Guy never made his bed, and by the end of the year, he was making his bed every single day. So, but
Well, usually when I burn out, my wife's still in bed, so
which is
come
fine.
home and the bed is still not made.
It's there's just something about laying in a freshly made bed when you pull back
Oh yeah.
the uh the comforter and stuff like that. And I don't sleep with the top sheet. I know that's weird, but I hate top sheets, so I just sleep with the fitted sheet and then blanket and then a comforter as well.
Well, one of my pet peeves is, and I'm a very plan-oriented person, when you develop a plan, not a detailed one, but just a plan. This is how we're going to get through something, and then you completely change everything without talking to anybody, or you just neglect to stay with the plan, and it throws everything out of whack. It throws me out of whack, and I can't stand it. At least give me a heads up. Hey, something changed. I got to do this.
Yeah.
So we've got to adjust. But to not do anything, not say anything, is just frustrating.
Yeah. Definitely. I am also plan oriented. But I'm also not as particular if it's not my plan. So
But when it is your plan, it's just like, give me a little common
yeah,
courtesy. That's all I ask.
and I'm usually ridiculously early to everything I go to. So regardless, every once in a while I might be late due to an accident or something like that. But I mean, I'm never really late. But
Yeah, that's another one. You just be on time. It's
yeah,
that easy.
oh man, nothing bothers me so much as people that just cannot show up. But either way, so I would say my next biggest pet peeve, which constantly happens to me, I'm like when I talk to somebody on the phone, it is well, it's always a surprise. You never know what I'm going to say. So when I call somebody, and especially with nowadays where everybody's got Bluetooth in the car, first off, if I'm calling you and you've got somebody in there, don't answer the phone. All right, do me a common courtesy. Not that I always like. It's definitely burnt me a few times, especially one really in the recent past. That
Yeah, can
we're
we talk about that a little bit?
no, we are not. We are not.
No, I think we've already brought it up. We can't. We got to tell the story now.
Okay, so for your work, you had Family Day, right?
Yep, we had family day.
And I didn't realize that your family was going down with you. And I also didn't realize that your kids loved you enough to ride with you because my kids don't ride with me. If they have an option, they don't ride with me. So when I decided to call you after you said, yeah, I can talk, I started out the conversation probably not the right way. If
And it was
I,
talking about a new podcast that you
yeah,
were listening to,
I was,
and it was something about ghosts doing something or
I'm not,
catching you doing something.
huh? Do I really want to go in depth on this?
Oh well, so you're talking, telling me, hey, I'm listening to this podcast group, and this
Which they've
episode.
Yeah, and it's their most recent one, which they told me to listen to. We reached out and to a local podcast. Not They're a little bit more vulgar than our podcast and talk about different topics that we don't talk about. Not necessarily as bad. It's just they're definitely a different type of podcast. But either way, yeah, I don't really want to say what I said.
Let's just say that ghosts catching someone while they're by themselves doing something.
Well, it's more into the ghost haunting is what I was that caused them to do that, saying that their hand was possessed by a ghost, and that's the reason why they were doing it. Is the either way, it's something that should not be said in front of a 13-year-old girl, and your daughter was in the car, and I said it, and you're like, yeah. Well, my daughter's in the car with me. I was like, I hate you. I mean, I've definitely stuck my foot in my mouth, and I've had to apologize, and I was very sorry. I have a tendency to go overboard, so sometimes I react differently, especially when stuff involves not my family and maybe my mother's or my wife's family. So I do tend to go off, and I have to apologize, and I was sorry. I mean, it's one of the very few times I apologized, but yeah, it happened to me once before to one of the people that listen, and my wife hung up on me, and I called her back because it pissed me off, and I still continued to complain, and while one of her family members were in the vehicle. So yeah,
Whoops.
open foot, insert mouth. I'm a good guy. I mean, he's helped me out a lot, and it was awkward, but I did apologize, but Either way, what's your next pet peeve? Or
No, man, that's
that's
show up
really
on
it.
time and stick
Oh
to
man,
the
maybe.
plan, or at least give a courtesy. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, jeez, I got a whole list.
Go ahead. I'll
And
see if I agree or not.
this is more a little bit dealing with bodily function. Women that burp or fart is absolutely disgusting to me. I cannot stand it. I think it is disgusting. I think it's rude. I think that you are not a lady. I know it's a double standard because guys do it all the time, but it is
Yeah, but
disgusting.
I will say you don't do that in front of people. You've
No.
made mention that you don't do it in front of people. So you
And
go. I mean, I
like,
think for you it goes both ways.
yeah, I just, oh, I hate it. But that's definitely a big pet peeve of mine. And then the other ones, it's really more gym oriented. Um, I don't get me wrong. I like to throw a weight with the rest of them, but when you're doing like dumbbell bench press and you're throwing 20 pounds dumbbells, like you throw the 60-pound dumbbells or 80-pound dumbbells or whatever you're doing. I mean, really, dude. Like,
Why are you throwing dumbbells?
no, like when they get done with their bench press set, say that they're doing dumbbell bench, and then they just drop them and then they fly all over the place and stuff. And it's just, oh, I hate it. I don't mind grunting unless it's absolutely annoying. There's a guy that I'd go to at the gym here in Jeb City, which thank goodness I don't go as much, but like he does that a lot. And then he comes on the stepper and he stinks worse than anything I've ever smelled. I mean, like I'm literally gagging while I'm doing, which you're already breathing heavy anyways, because you're doing the stepper. So you don't
I've
want to be
never done
smelling
the
that.
stepper.
Oh man, it's definitely one of the worst. I know you're more in the whole CrossFit cardio side of things, but I do enjoy some good steady state cardio. But
All right. Well, see, that one doesn't bother me either. But I'm just curious why you're throwing dumbbells to begin with. But whatever.
well, I mean, I understand like when you get up there and weight, and instead of trying to lean up and throw yourself up to prevent harm, because dumbbell you're not as protective as you are with a barbell.
Since when are you scared of preventing harm? Isn't that how you jacked up your shoulder?
Well, yes, but dumbbells I've always been very cautious of because I mean you can tear a shoulder up. I mean, to be honest, I would say doing butterfly pull ups or kipping pull ups are probably more detrimental to your shoulders, or handstand push ups. Definitely not my favorite exercises. But
Well, you're a little bit
go ahead,
disproportionate for doing
go
the
ahead and say,
handstand push-ups.
hey, well, no, you want most of the weight on the bottom, I would say, so that way your legs aren't flopping around. That's another thing. All right, yes, I realize I'm top heavy, but my legs are still not small. My wife's friend says I have little baby legs. No, they're man legs. Okay. Oh,
You skip leg day though.
I do skip leg day, but that's because I can skip leg day. But either way, so what all else has been going on with you?
Well, unlike you, I finished the book that I started.
Yeah, did you pick a new
Uh,
book?
I have picked a new book.
Oh yeah, what's that book?
This book is called Natural Born Heroes,
Okay,
and it's written by Christopher McDougall.
McDougal. McDougal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still on my last book. It's gonna be put on the back burner though. I don't want to steal the show or anything, but I got my back book, so I finally started writing my book.
Yeah.
So
Well, before we get into the book you're writing, I want to finish on the book that I finished.
okay, go ahead and tell us your
Uh,
synopsis because I didn't finish the
so
book.
if you're in any type of leadership position, it's a good read. But have you ever read a book and then decided, someone needs to read that, and you sign it to them as for homework? Hey, at least read this part of this book. You ever done that, or do you even think
Um,
about anyone else reading a book?
no, I've definitely thought of a few people, not a lot, but I don't have a lot of readers around me really. So, and most of
Well,
them are smarter.
the guy I gave it to, I don't think he's a big reader. I mean, I know they do some reading, but he already read the 2 chapters I gave to him, and he went ahead and now I think he's starting to read the whole thing because it's an easy read and it applies to so many different avenues of what we do and just any type of anyone in a leadership role. So
Yeah.
it was good.
Well, that's good. So you gonna recommend it to anybody else, or just him, or? Well, I mean, our job's a lot about leadership, but
I got some more people, but he's going to read it and then he's going to give it to his new boss to read, and then I'll get it back and I'll pass it on. Or if they got someone else, they can pass it on. I'm not going to reread it. I took notes out of it that I wanted to keep. So,
well, I recommend maybe you can pass it on to one of my friends you met today. She's really big into leadership and stuff, and she's going through a different school that's you know, I don't really think necessarily it's leadership driven, but because it's more of an expert in that field. But uh, I think she would appreciate it if you have a chance to pass it on to her.
I
So
think you're setting me up for something
no.
by doing
She is
that.
really big into like she's big into self help and she's big into leadership. So
Yeah. Well, maybe if I get to know her a little bit better, I'll feel comfortable about, hey, you might want to read this leadership
well,
book. I don't know who you
I'll
are, but
just tell her, hey, look here, read this, and then you can pass it on. So I'm kind of very demanding when I tell people to do stuff. So almost to the annoying point. But uh this is a funny thing. Of course, yes, we're going to discuss work a little bit. I worked from my old place that I used to work at, and I'm I I feel like I'm very efficient at what I do, but I didn't have a lot of work to do. So they were all giving me grief about bothering the other coworkers and stuff. And I'm like, you guys worked with me for 18 months. You know how I am. I don't see why this is a surprise to you. But it definitely it feels good to be back. I missed it. So, and like I said, it was one of my top favorite jobs I ever did. So it's good seeing old friends and stuff like that. But either way, any other topics?
well, after our last call in about how I ended it, I got a phone call from Sea Change, and we got reminiscing about old times. And have you ever played the game Spike Ball?
No, I have not, but I know that is how you got injured. I do believe we brought it up a little bit on the podcast at one time.
I don't know. Have we?
Yeah, we definitely have because Sea Change was the one that wanted me to bring it up.
Oh,
So,
well, for those of you who don't know, if you can imagine one of those little trampoline that you use for exercising, and then a volleyball the size of a softball, and it's 2 on 2, and you have bump, set, spike. You serve just like volleyball, but you can go all the way around that trampoline. And I got to laughing because we took it on a trip that we went on, and we played so much that we wore out the grass. And to this day, at that area, you can tell where we still played at.
it's craziness.
And yeah, I did pull a hamstring, and
Yeah,
it was bad.
that's what he wanted to talk about is how you pulled
Oh,
or
it
you
was
hurt
bad.
yourself playing spike ball.
Have you
But
ever tore a hamstring so
uh,
bad you heard it pop?
no, I've never done that. I have messed up a hamstring, but luckily, which reminds me, since I am at my home base, I might need to schedule a little massage, maybe see what I can fit in tomorrow. Cause I like to be
Well,
pampered, but
we so bad it took me out of the spike ball uh, for a few months,
yeah.
and
Well,
I was
typically,
off the spike ball circuit,
yeah, off
as
the
they
spike ball
say.
circuit. Well, typically you always see most pulled or popped hamstrings when some old person decides that they want to get in a sprint race without warming up. Is most time I ever hear that happening, and they usually pop a hammy. So,
Well, that's not what I did. So
or
I
maybe
was
you're
warm.
just old and you know, things just don't work the way they used to.
No, first of all, I'm not old.
Yeah,
Secondly,
it's up to perception.
it's a sign that probably my hamstrings were underdeveloped. I wasn't working on them. Would be my guess.
It's probably because you don't bodybuild. But
No, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
yeah. Hey, bodybuilding has its points in fitness. But anyways, next topic. What are we going to talk about next? We like to keep it professional around here. But basically what do we want to move on to my book?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about
Okay.
this.
Yeah, so yesterday or this week I got my MacBook or whatever. So last night I decided I was going to start writing. I wrote 5,500 pages in like 4 hours.
5,500
Or
pages.
5,500 words, sorry. Either way, that's a ridiculous amount of it's 10 pages single spaced. 12-point font. So, I got on a tangent and
So you rambled. I
no,
mean,
I wouldn't say
let's
I
be honest.
rambled.
You have a tendency to
No,
ramble.
I tell you what, my last paragraph of my first chapter to me seems like a professional writer. I might have to send it to you. I don't.
Well,
I kind of want you to just wait to see the finished product. I do have an editor already in mind. I was approached today when I brought it up that they would edit, so I'm pretty much a professional already. And
is
she's like a big English major, so
is this just a sporadic
no.
regurgitation of the podcast?
No, there is definitely some narcissistic tendencies in this book, but it's more of a beginning of a bio, and I really don't want to get involved in it or into it too much because
Hey, you got
I
to
don't. Yeah, you
keep
got to
people
keep.
wanting to come.
Yeah, you got to keep them wanting more, and I don't think anybody will read this because they feel like this will help them, but almost more to oh my god, what's Landon gonna say? So, what did he write a 200-page, well, hopefully 200-page book about? So, I don't know. It
Well,
should be interesting.
I have some ideas what you're writing about, but I'm sure there'll be some that I'm like, where in the world is he pulling this from?
So, I don't know. Little, I would say I have some experience in life that I've adapted, and I definitely give a different outlook than most people. So, hopefully it'll work out. Like, I'm by no means trying to be some bestseller by any means, but you know,
Well, do you have a date? Like, hey, I want to have this done
um,
by this time frame.
see, I feel like since last night went so well that the rest of it is not going to go so well. So if I can average anywhere from about 5,000 words a week, actually on average, to I I kind of Googled around and seen um, looking at probably see about 60 to 70,000 words. It's going to be 200 manuscript pages. So I'd like to keep it somewhere around there. If I'm a little short, I am, but I don't know. I'm excited. It's the first thing I've ever, actually done in my life that is on the creative side of things. But either way,
Well,
um,
you got any big plans coming up for this week?
no, not really. Pretty much relax, watch TV, coursework. But
Well, I need you to do some of these manly things so that I can talk to your wife and see how it really goes down.
look, she's already started in on me today because she called me on the way home from work and she wanted to barbecue. And I'm like, it's
Hey,
too
that's
cold to
what I'm
barbecue.
doing.
It's too
That's what
cold to
I'm doing
barbecue.
right now. I'm
Okay,
doing that
no,
right now.
it's cold. It's 28 degrees. So instead, we had a very unhealthy meal of pork tenderloins, old country style cooking. So it was pretty good. Which
Well,
is,
I got chicken breasts and chicken thighs and legs on the grill right
I
now.
wonder why you're skinnier than me. I had I had pork tenderloins fried with a little homemade batter on it, and then mashed potatoes and corn and gravy. So I like my meals, but either
You
way,
watch?
huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to move on to a different tangent. So go on.
No, if you got something, lay it on us.
Oh no, I don't have anything going on. I was going to talk to you. I did record an episode, short episode with my kids. So we will see how that goes. I'll probably put it on the end of this, maybe. But
So you got to give a synopsis. What are they looking forward to hear?
well, they wanted to play the game of, and I can't remember the exact name of the game, but pretty much they asked questions about themselves, and I had to answer them. It was kind of like a Father of the Year game. Um, let's just say, wow, um, we definitely have different parenting styles, and I might or might not be involved with everything my kids do. And I will flat out tell them, look, this isn't going to work out for you. So I like to put the honest approach. Not saying that you don't go through the honest approach, but I'm probably a little bit more realistic than you, I would say.
I
Or
don't see how I'm unrealistic. That's the thing.
well, you give your kids probably false hope. All right, I do not. My oldest wanted to do, which I'm probably sure I've shared this on the podcast. She wanted to do track or cross country or something similar to that. She's not a runner. So I told her, look, some people are runners. You are not. You have my genes. So it's not going to work out. So she didn't do it. And she also quits, not quits, but she doesn't start up that new sport every year. So she moves from softball to baseball or softball to cheerleading and all kinds of other stuff. But either way. So I feel like we have enough. Do you want to end this? Or
Yeah, I'm good. It's just gonna be
okay.
hard to end it like we normally do.
Well, I can. I thought I was just gonna go ready, go, and then clap like that, and you know, that way maybe even though I
Well,
already told them that we're on
now,
Skype.
now you just gave it away.
Oh man. Oh well.
You're
There's
you're a freaking genius. Let me
there
tell you.
there. Hey, look, I am. Who's are you writing a book? No, I don't think so. I'm writing the book. Either way, it looks like I'm probably gonna have to edit this whole thing because it looks like you have stuff to do, and I've already came prepared for this. So I hope you guys like, subscribe. You got anything to put on that?
Hit us up on at the Geo Bachelors on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. Reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you don't like. If you got any topics you want us to talk about or have any questions, hit us up.
Yeah, definitely topics. So we're out. Hope you enjoy my interviews with my daughter. Um, it's a train wreck. All right, ready?
And next week
Oh,
I will come to you from a
remote,
remote
remote,
location.
remote. Not really so much remote if you're really thinking about it. There could be more remote. I mean, really, think about it. But either
It's
way,
for me.
yeah,
So
it
it's
is
remote.
it is remote. All right, ready? You gonna do
Out.
this? Out. Okay, my name is Landon. I got my two daughters, and apparently my dog that likes to shake her little jingle thing around her chain. What is it called?
Caller.
Collar. That's right. All right, I got Colby. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, I got Cecilia.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Introductions. 13 and 11, right? So just wanted to do this. I think mostly you guys wanted to do this from the get go, but I think you guys got a little nervous, and then once you heard Macy do it, you finally got enough gumption to go ahead and move forth, right?
Yep.
All right. So basically, let's just start this with what what hobbies do you like to do, Cecilia?
I like to do gymnastics and cheer.
Okay. Both don't sound like hobbies, but either way, or Colby.
I like I like volleyball and I like to read the Harry Potter
Okay.
books.
Yeah. How about you say that in the mic, but not for the next time that you go to the mic, okay?
Okay.
All right, there you go. You got to get up in there. But either way, so I've been geobaching since about August, July, give or take. So of course you guys are excited because you get to go down to Bennett Springs a lot more, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like fishing and stuff. Are you excited that I'm gone?
Yes and no, because we like to spend more time with Mom sometimes, but
Is
really don't
this
care.
because I'm too cool for school, as they say? No? Okay. Either way. So, what about you, Colby?
I don't really care.
Okay. Now, clearly, Papa decided to listen to TV in the background, even though I told him we are doing a podcast. I swear he never listens to me. Does he?
No, not really.
No. It's like, who's the parent here? Me or him?
He is technically, but yeah.
Nobody cares about technicalities. All right. I'm in charge around here. Either way, so let's move this on a little bit. You guys want to play a little quick game? Pretty much how great of a father I am. So basically, you guys are going to ask me 3 questions apiece, right? And you guys are going to have to keep track of these because I am horrible at keeping track of things. So first question. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Who are my 3 best friends?
Who are your 3 best friends? All right. We have Emma from Girl Scouts. The 2 twins. That counts as 3. All right. Right? I can't keep track of your friends. You get new ones all the time.
No, I don't. I've had
Everybody.
these ones since 4th grade.
Oh my goodness. That doesn't count.
It's my turn.
Next.
Name one of my teachers out of like 8.
Yeah, name one. Oh, I am going to get this one. Merzelhuff. How
Yes,
close was I?
but you said his name wrong.
What's his name?
It's either pronounced Mertz or Mertzlift.
Mertz. Well, all right. That counts, right? I'm going to count that as
Sure.
1. All right, 2 for 2.
Who's my favorite person in Harry Potter?
Oh, let's just go with one other than Hermione Granger.
Yes.
This is too easy.
Okay, name 3 of my friends.
3 of your friends. That annoying 1, annoying 2, and annoying 3. I only say annoying because they're 13 years old, and I'm pretty sure every girl is annoying at 13. So, did I get those right? Or would you like me to name names?
Name them.
All right, annoying 1. Probably the one that I deal with the most would be one Jaden, correct?
Yep.
All right, and then we got the kid from kindergarten. Adrian. Yep.
Yes.
I only know that because got to meet her parents a little bit, and they actually named her off of Adrian from Rocky. So who's excited to go see Creed 2, huh? Nobody?
No.
Oh, this is awkward. All right. And we'll call that good because I don't know any other ones. I know that there's another one. Mackenzie.
There's Macy.
Macy. Okay. This is not Macy's podcast. This is Landon's podcast. All right. Enough of that. Next.
Who are my teachers?
Next. I didn't like that one.
What's my favorite sport?
What is your favorite sport? Cheerleading is not a sport, so therefore it's not cheerleading. And I know it's not softball, which crushes your mother's heart. But so what is it?
It's gymnastics.
Okay, also not a sport. Next question. Or is that it? Are we done?
So,
2 more. No, there's not 2 more.
One for each of us.
Okay, hurry up.
Name my favorite color.
Name your favorite color. Blue is my favorite color.
What-
Bam! I didn't even know that.
What's my favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie? Um, is it now? I would say Harry Potter. Now, if it's one of the specific Harry Potters, that's too specific of a question. So I'm going with Harry Potter in general.
Yeah.
Okay, which one is it?
It's the first one.
The first one? Nah, the first one's boring.
No,
The
it's
first
better.
one sucks.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
better
it
than
does.
all the other Harry Potter movies.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah. So basically, you guys would probably say that I'm Father of the Year based on those results, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
Not really.
No. Yeah. See, there is the honesty of one Colby. All right. She is the humble narcissist, unlike me, as where each one gets your own traits from me. I would have to say. Cecilia definitely enjoys her Netflix. So, and since she is a teenage girl, we have the same interest. So that's, interesting, but not so much. I mean, I'm not, who's your celebrity boyfriend? Huh? Zac Efron.
As in singer or actor?
I don't know.
Actor would have to be Cole Sprouse, and singer would be Justin Timberlake.
All right, I do like Justin Timberlake. I don't know about that Cole Sprouse kid, but next one. Who's your Colby's gonna say? I don't have a boyfriend.
That's because I don't.
I don't have a boyfriend. Either way, we're gonna end this. I'd like to thank you two ladies for coming out and doing the interview, and hopefully we will do more. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Who's gonna end this? Who's in charge?
Me.
It's good because I'm definitely not in charge, and your mother's not here, so it's like a bunch of children running around here. Either way, ready? Out.